he still couldn't figure out when this freaking Energizer bunny slept. Speaking of Britt McNeill, she'd almost gotten away from him. Embarrassing for a specially trained Special Forces tracker like Red. Now he needed to get to a pretend class and take pretend notes while he pretended to enjoy discussions about textiles and cuts of clothing. Red pulled the edges of the beanie down over his ears to hide his bright orange hair. He crushed the fabricated transfer paper in his hand and flinched as the harsh crinkle knifed through his temple. The mission. Stick to the mission. The skin between his shoulder blades twitched. He glanced around, expecting to see armed thugs aiming guns at him, or worse, aimed at his mission target, who had again flitted away from his exceptional tail. Red had been one of the best trackers in the military. He lightly tapped his ear through the yarn, especially after his change. Even more reason that Britt's evasion pissed him off. Not evasion, because that implied she knew he followed her. She had no idea. Oh no, this woman was naturally talented at being nowhere and everywhere all at once. If only that innate ability could help the situation. Britt had no idea of the evil that wanted to hurt her. Had no idea if Red lost her trail, not only would the guys back at base never let him live it down, but in a far more critical matter, her life would be in jeopardy. All because Britt's sister had uncovered the truth about their brother Brady's death, putting the entire McNeill family in danger. Red and his team were involved because Brady had been their teammate in Special Forces. Therefore, his team would protect the McNeills like they protected one another. Simple. With luck, Red could concentrate on keeping an eye on her. If only he could stop his ears from absorbing every damned sound in a half-mile radius. He ground molars together, but winced softly. The virus balked at the restraint and made every muscle prickle. Heaving in a lungful of air, he held it until he tamped down the need to rip off his own head, or anyone else's head. In, out, in, out. Like he'd learned years ago when so-called home life had become dire, before Special Forces, before the virus. In, out, in, a familiar exercise. The fight or flight response eased along with the tension in his shoulders. See? There. All better. As if 60 seconds of circular breathing fixed his terminally warped nervous system. Close enough. He shoved away from the wall and joined the flow of students, keeping his shoulders hunched. Couldn't exactly hide 6'2", but he sure as hell could appear less like a military operative and more like a fashion student. He had the whole getup, meticulously curated by Stumpy and Gonzo. Apparently, they had the fashion chops, or at least enough Google images to get appearances right. Stiff, leather-esque jacket, baggy shirt with a subtle striped pattern, organically sourced yarn beanie, edgy ankle boots, stupid-ass leather wrist thingy, literati glasses, dude tote bag. Whole 9 yards. He'd drawn the line at skinny jeans. His balls clenched at the thought. Yeah, with his muscled legs, he couldn't rock slim-fit denim without losing circulation somewhere vital. 3 quick, light steps preceded his 5'0" mission target careening around a corner and burying her forehead in his ribs. Crap! With a flurry of flannel and limbs, Britt windmilled backward, likely off balance due to the backpack that sagged from her shoulders like it contained half her body weight. He rocketed a hand out and almost picked her up off the ground. Adrenaline hit Red like a crashing wave, blocking out everything else around him as he laser-focused on Britt. He quickly dialed his grip on her arm back to support instead of hoist. That little intake of air she inhaled, he tasted that auditory